Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. The three, steps back, crossover, puts up a three. Rebound James. Second. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Woo! Cleveland! What a night. What a fun game.
That was fun. I mean, it is fun. It's still going.
Yeah. So we decided, because this game is obviously extremely out of hand, to just go ahead and knock the episode out for tonight. So welcome to tonight's edition of The Block, the Shot, the Stop, a Cleveland Cavaliers podcast brought to you by the Blue Wire Podcast Network. I am Tim Daniel. He is Skylar Webker. Before we do get into the nitty-gritty of tonight's game, or lack thereof, first I want to make sure we give a quick shout out. Don't forget, next Sunday night, next Sunday afternoon, March 2nd, we will be live at Southern Tier Brewing Company, getting you ready for Cavs, Blazers. Also, bow tie day at the Rocket Arena that day, honoring Nick Gilbert. There's a Nick Gilbert bobblehead being given out that day, so we are very excited to be in the house. We're gonna be at Southern Tier, eating food, drinking beer, talking Cavs, just the way we like it. So be sure, whether you are in the area and going to the game, or you're just in the area, come hang out with us. We'd love to see you, talk Cavs. We'll have a lot of things going on there for you as well. Skylar, tonight, we're currently recording with 2:40 remaining in the game, and the Cleveland Cavaliers leading 136-98.
That's not even like, oh, the garbage time. Like, that's been the story all night.
Yes.
Has been that.
Yes. So they are flat out just what's the term you like to use? A belt to ass. They are belt to ass the Knicks right now. And there's a lot to get to here, obviously. First things first, as we talk about this felt like a statement victory for the Cavaliers. This felt like these guys are humming. This felt like when they are humming, no one can stop them. Are you drinking PBR?
No, it's just a PBR koozie.
Okay. I was like, Skylar, we cannot be having PBR on the show.
Dude, I love PBR.
Wrong answer.
Dirtbag could be, dude.
I guess the dirtbag in me is someone who loves pro wrestling, so I get it. So statement win tonight for sure. The Knicks being kind of the third team in the East. Cleveland and Boston and New York is kind of the three teams that are grouped together often ahead at the end of the East. And I think Cleveland pointed out tonight, as much as I really like the talent on this Knicks team and think they're very good, they are not on the Cleveland and Boston level.
Not at all. I mean, it made me so happy that this game's on ESPN, because to hear Stephen A at halftime, I mean, he said on national TV, the Knicks are getting their ass kicked. Like, and it just warmed my heart, made me feel so good. Nothing against Stephen A or particularly the Knicks, but God, does it feel good to have the national media highlighting the Cleveland Cavaliers. And tonight was just an incredible game. I put it out on our socials, and Kevin put it out on his also, that like tonight is scary. Like, they made this look scary easy.
Yeah, from basically the jump. First quarter, they have a 40-point quarter. So
yeah,
there was that. Always nice to have one of those. So it was an early Cavalanche tonight. You take that. By the way, they're up 41 right now with a minute to go. So if that tells you how things are going. Couple stats.
I think they said on the broadcast that this is the largest loss in the Tom Thibodeau era for the Knicks.
I would hope so. I would hope there wasn't one worse than this. God.
I mean, yeah. Up by 39.
Yeah. So a couple numbers I want to get through. Again, game's going as we're saying this, so this could all change in the next 37 seconds. Cavs shot 62% from the floor, 73% from the free throw line, 53% from the three. Had a plus 14 advantage in assists, had a plus 16 advantage in rebounds, a plus 14 advantage in defensive rebounds, a plus 4 advantage in steals, a minus 2 advantage in turnovers, bench points 70 to 28 tonight in bench points.
And that's including garbage time. I put it in our group chat, like right when garbage time started, I kind of took a snapshot of what the bench points were. It was 44 to 4.
Yes.
Like that's how absolutely thin the Knicks are, how staunch Tibbs is on playing his starters the entire time. And they made a comment on the broadcast like, "Oh, these players love the minutes that they're playing." Yeah, but that's not the coach's job. The coach is to protect the player from themselves. Like you ask any player in the league, all of them want to play 48 minutes a game.
Yeah.
All of them. So like
not all of them want to play. Actually, I don't know. Joel Embiid probably doesn't want to play 48 minutes a game. I don't even know if he wants to play basketball, but
I mean, I don't know if Nikola Jokic wants to play basketball either, but
yeah, true.
Well,
for two different reasons.
Soon to be 4-time. Well, I don't know who the MVP would be this year.
I think it's Shea, but yeah, I really do. So on top of what's going on tonight in this game, Cat and Brunson still both Brunson had 26, Cat had 23, and the Cavs still won by this level because other than those two, the third highest scoring player was Mikal Bridges with 14. So obviously the Cavs took care of business. And look, this is pointing out that Darius Garland was very openly frustrated on the floor with how he was playing tonight and also got hit in the face again.
A lot.
Jared Allen left the game early. Thankfully, the X-rays came back negative. So it sounds like it just more sounded like, look, we're up by a lot. This game's over with. Don't go back in the game.
Right.
Get ready for Memphis on Sunday. And Max Strus did not hit a shot in the first half.
No.
And really took over playmaking. I thought, passed the ball really well tonight, had 8 assists, led the team. But oh yeah, look at this. You're what? Yeah. Actually, there could be a meme. Mine says Cleveland, yours says Cavs, and we're on the right sides of the screen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Someone get a screenshot of this.
Devin, screenshot it.
3, 2, 1. All right. So back to the show. That's pretty funny. I didn't even think about that. So, all right. Donovan Mitchell playing the Knicks, his hometown team, the team he was rumored to be going to for years, Skylar. We heard about it all the time. He's a Cav. 27, 5 of 7 from 3, plus 22. Balling tonight. Dude, again, 2 nights in a row, incredible passing from Donovan Mitchell. Just the points are great. We'll take the points every night of the week, but the way that he was like running the offense in stretches of this game was unreal.
His just efficiency, both either shooting the ball efficiently or just playmaking efficiently, just being this is like another level that we've seen of Donovan Mitchell kind of just being a floor general and a true leader amongst this team, more than just, the personality leader and charisma leader, but like being a floor general leader the past couple of games. That's something that we haven't quite seen, and he is thriving in this, I don't want to say role, but just this new coming of Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he is. So tonight, just another terrific night. Really got hot there at the end of the second quarter. Hit a couple threes going to the half. Just kind of have one of those Donovan Mitchell nights that he's capable of that are so special. Evan Mobley, 21-8 tonight, 9 of 11.
He looked so good,
dude. They did not have an answer for him tonight.
None. And it's not even just the typical Evan Mobley stuff that we've seen of just cleaning glass and getting easy cut into the buckets or being a trailer and getting easy buckets. Like he was flashing the ball handling there when he pulled down the offensive rebound behind the back dribble for an easy dunk. Like he was showing out.
Yeah,
like
he was in his bag.
This game like should scare the hell out of everyone else in the league, because this is the first time that we've seen this team with all its pieces. You had Dean Wade, you had Isaac Okoro, you have DeAndre Hunter, you have all of the pieces, and they made it look effortless. And the Knicks aren't a bad team.
No, they're actually very good.
Right. They're third in the East for a reason, and they made this look effortless.
Yeah. I listened to Simmons today, and everyone in this panel was like, yeah, Boston's winning the title. Boston's winning the East. And he's the only one that's like, Cleveland's really good. And he's the Celtics cover, obviously. So that tells you everything you need about how he feels about that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's that play in the third quarter. Strus hits Mobley for the alley-oop, and you're like, all right, this is one of those nights.
These guys are having fun.
Yeah, and when we keep talking about the vibes, the bench of this team, they're kind of all out there celebrating. And Garland's having like his worst game of the season, and he's still out there having a great time, just like rooting his guys on. You can tell he's frustrated with his play, dude. So 3 times now the Cavs have been the Friday night ESPN game: Orlando, Golden State, and now tonight, all at home, all shellackings.
Yeah, I remember that the Golden State one because I wasn't on. It was you and Kevin, and I had it on at the bar we were at, and I was like, "Holy shit! I wish I was on because this would be so fun to talk about."
It was fun. Tonight's more fun though.
I agree.
I think just because it's later in the year, I wouldn't say it necessarily like solidifies the team because I thought they were already very good, but I feel like it definitely kind of proved, like you said, like this is what this looks like when they have their full army of guys. And Atkinson's leading them their battle. Like, boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's gonna be fun. And look, we've just talked about Mitchell and Mobley so far. Like we haven't gotten to the fact that the 2 UVA kids being 1 and 2 off the bench tonight, combining for 35 points, combining for 13 of 18 and 7 of 8 from 3, combined plus 28. DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome tonight. Buddy, they played 19 minutes each, and they put up those numbers. DeAndre Hunter was on one. Ty Jerome broke out the leg sleeve tonight, and he said, "This leg is ammo, my guy. This leg is ammo." And so leg sleeve TJ Maxx is a thing now. It's like masked LeBron.
Man, they made comments about it on the broadcast about them being college teammates and stuff like that, and how DeAndre Hunter, like, just, it feels nice to be wanted, it was his quote. And you can read into that however you want, but like, we wanted him here. Like, we traded for this guy. We saw the value in this guy. So I understand, like, being wanted, but he also mentioned a lot of different things. Was like, the culture here is just so good, so high. You have guys that are so unselfish, like Mitchell and Garland and Mobley. I mean, all of them really.
It's like, I get the ball 4 seconds left in the shot clock. It's really cool.
Yeah, pretty much. He also bringing in Ty Jerome, how he was his best friend and college roommate, but the thing that they mentioned was having Evan Mobley is going to help his defense because he knows that there's somebody behind him.
1,000%.
You know, and just calling out stuff out like that was like, oh, this guy's here. This guy's in. He's in the culture. He's in this locker room. Like, this team's winning the finals. Winning the finals.
So I'm doing the numbers as we're recording right now, so bear with me as I'm putting this together. But he has now, in his 4 Cavaliers game, hit 13 threes. He has taken, let's see, he took 4 tonight. He's taken 4, 8, 12, 21.
21.
13. He's shooting 62% from 3 as a member of the Cavaliers.
That's awesome.
Now, that's not going to be long-lasting, obviously. At some point, he's going to come back down to earth. But this is pretty fun.
Is it, though?
I don't know. We didn't think they'd be 46-10, and they are. So,
like, he's not taking contested shots in last second. Like, the ball has just touched my hands for the first time in the 23 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting good looks because of this offense. Like, He might shoot 60% the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's and he's playing really good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's making the trade worth it. And I'm well aware George and Karras are playing really well in Atlanta right now, and I'm super happy for those guys. But he is for sure making the trade worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and look at Devontae Green next week, so it's only gets
That's
better.
gonna be fun too.
Yeah.
The one thing that the one thing I noticed in this game that made, and I just keep going back to how effortless the Cavs made this, but that should scare the rest of the league, is you could tell that Tibbs tried everything. Like he tried a man defense, couldn't do anything. Tried a zone defense, couldn't do anything. Tried to outpace him on offense, couldn't do it. Like he couldn't find a way to beat these Cavs. He like you saw them progress through all these different play tactics to try and find something, and they couldn't do it. Like that should scare the Celtics. That should scare the Thunder. That should scare everyone else in the league.
Yeah. I was like, at the point, I was like, at what point does he just break out a box and one and see if he can make it work?
I mean, and look, we're gonna get the comments of like, oh well, they don't have Robinson, they don't have Josh Hart.
Haven't had him all year. They've been really good.
Yeah, I mean, you still had Mikal Bridges, you
got
still
OG
had
back
Anunoby, you still had Cat, you still had Brunson, so you still had 80% of your rotation.
Yeah, yeah. You think Tibbs finally was like, gosh, I got to put my bench guys in for a quarter? Son of a bitch. Okay, fine.
I mean, I think it had to hurt him to his soul.
He's like, you guys better rest your legs, okay? I don't do this often.
I mean, to going from an overtime win last night to hopping on a plane to going to Cleveland tonight, and I'm sure all those guys are like, oh my God, thank God this is a blowout because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you can't use that either. You can't say, well, they traveled last night from New York to Cleveland because the Cavaliers also traveled last night from New York to Cleveland. So there is nothing you can say about tonight. You can't use the fact that they played in overtime and the Cavs didn't because it doesn't matter. Both teams traveled the same distance. I don't know. New York from Midtown's a little. I mean, Brooklyn from in Midtown's a little different. But
sure.
Right.
You're getting semantical here.
Yeah, we're getting very semantical. So, yeah, man, I just think tonight is just one of those nights where the Cleveland showed this is what it is. Bring your lunch pail because when you come to the Rocket Arena, as they call it now, you're in for a night.
I saw somebody on X. They posted, "Welcome to Cleveland," where the quarterbacks and the name of the arena change yearly.
That's incredible.
I was like, that's wild.
That is
we've
wild.
seen it transition. This is our fifth name in recent memory.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. I mean, Guns Arena, Quicken
the
Quicken Loans Arena, the Q. Yeah, Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, Rocket Arena. I don't know. Next year it's going to be LeBron James Circle. I don't know,
LeBron James Memorial.
Yeah. So Craig Porter tonight. I know it didn't matter because it wasn't garbage time. I want to make sure we give him a shout out. 13, 6, and 3. 3 of 3 from deep. Nice. How about our guy Naquan Tomlin? Do you think when he signed that contract that he thought he was going to play his first 2 games when he got his call up from the charge? Do you think he thought they had brought him in for depth? Do you think he actually thought I'm going to play minutes? He probably had no thought of that whatsoever. And he's played his first 2 nights in the league and he's scored in both games.
Well, not even that. I'm sure that's not even been, a thought in his head. But to play in New York, he's a New York kid, so to play in his hometown, score his first NBA bucket, then play the Knicks, who likely are his childhood team.
Yeah.
He's got to be living the dream right now.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Naquan Tomlin. Really cool, man. Guy had a really, really interesting journey to the NBA. Played for Penny Hardaway for a year at Memphis. So of course I always got to give those Memphis guys some love. So yeah, did the G League thing. He's good. He's a good basketball player. So further proof, guys, that even the G League guys are very, 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 very good at basketball. It's very, very hard to make it to that level. And so give him credit, because I thought, I know he's played in like the end of games, but I thought his 2 games, he's been solid. Tristan Thompson tonight got 7 minutes. That's exactly what you want in Tristan Thompson minutes is yes.
Perfect. And a 40-point blowout, Tristan Thompson gets 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, dude, like Miles McBride only got 21 minutes tonight for the Knicks. He's like a 6th starter, basically. So that's what
Is he 6th starter due to injury, though?
No, like legit, like literally, like is a 6th man of the year candidate year in and year out. Also from the wonderful city of Cincinnati, Ohio.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Moeller High School.
I feel like that Moeller just produces athletes, dude.
Him and Jackson Hayes were on the same high school team.
Oh, really? I actually do know Jackson Hayes was Cincinnati kid.
Can you imagine going to Moeller High School and playing 2 NBA guys? You're like, I had this long day in chemistry, and then I go play these dudes tonight. And Jeremiah Davenport from UC was also on that team. So they had 3 D1 guys. 2 of those guys ended up in the NBA. Yeah, they were good. They were pretty good. It's like when North College Hill had, I'm getting into Cincinnati semantics here, and people probably don't care, but North College Hill.
We're a Cleveland show.
Yeah, North College Hill had a year where they had OJ Mayo and Bill Walker. That was insane. So, all right, well, that's enough Cincinnati talk. Anything else in the game before we get to some new stuff real quick?
It feels so good to just put a belt to ass to the Knicks.
Yeah, and I like the Knicks. I actually really enjoy watching the Knicks play when it's like I'm flipping through League Pass and I see the Knicks throughout. I'm like, sure, I'll watch this for a little bit. And this was really fun. So, yeah, it's Cleveland, it's Boston, and then it's New York. Sorry to the Big Nick Energy guys. We loved having you on the show. But, and look, there's 2 more Knicks Cavs games this year. So, yeah, pretty fascinating times. All right, dude. Well, we talked about it. We hinted at it yesterday. So I want to make sure we get to it a little bit today.
Yeah, same.
So the Cleveland Rockers are officially coming back in 2028. And you and I have been on the show already once before talking about when this petition came out, when the survey came out, how excited we were about this prospect. And now we know it's a real thing. And I could not be more excited for 3 reasons. One, it's so awesome seeing the Rockers back because it's literally the coolest logo of any basketball team of all time. The R that's a guitar, bring it back. 2, Cleveland getting another professional sports team because, Cleveland fans, as you know, are as passionate as it comes. So I know they're going to get behind this team too. 3, WNBA continuing to grow. I mean, this is awesome, especially for, I have a daughter. So like, this is really, really cool for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can show my kid so when we go visit family, we can go see the Rockers play. I'm so excited, man. And like, I've been asked multiple times now, will I quit rooting for the Fever and become a Rockers fan? And at the moment, I very much have gotten the Fever. So I don't know. I heard Zach and Kevin talk about this on Ethos Cavs the other day, and I was like, and then Zach kind of said the same things I say because he's also a Fever fan. He's like, do I split allegiance? And I was like, do I? Is that what I'm going to have to do? Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes in a couple of years. But will I for sure have Rockers gear? Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I hope they keep the logo. I do want better uniforms though, because the metallic 90s uniforms were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I want the logo.
Looks like a sauna suit.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it looks like. Or like remember when baseball did like the leap ahead jerseys and they had like the Mercury Mets and stuff?
I love the Mariners ones.
That's what
so terrible.
That's what the Rockers like uniforms look like.
You're right. Yeah. The Mavericks had a sauna suit kind of jersey for a bit there too.
Did they?
Oh, it was awful.
I hope, and maybe they've announced it and I haven't seen it, but I hope they give the Rockers the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse when they play.
Oh, they will. They will. The league's too big now.
Okay, because I didn't want to be like, yeah, we got the Rockers back, but they're over at the gun, where the Charge play. Which, by the way, where the Charge play is beautiful.
Yeah,
like It is beautiful. The pictures that they posted that place is awesome.
I
It's
know.
like going to a
I need to catch a game.
theater.
They have a huge homestand coming up. I need to catch a game.
Yeah, I mean it's like a theater. Like you're about to go watch a play, and then it's basketball. Like it's awesome.
I can get down with that for sure. Yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't guarantee it, but I feel like with how big the league's getting, I mean, the Fever play at Gamebridge where the Pacers play, the Liberty play at Barclays.
All right. Well, the Fever also have Caitlin Clark. That's a huge.
But they've always played there. They've always played at Gamebridge.
Have they?
Yeah, it's not like
did
it just
not know
started with
that.
Caitlin Clark. Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong, it definitely has helped ticket sales. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know if I'll have to ask Kevin. I can't remember for sure if the Sky. I don't think the Sky played at the United Center. But and the Lynx just recently started playing at the Target Center, if I remember correctly, because they played at University of Minnesota for a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think that the excitement is going to be too big, and they're going to have to play at Rocket Arena. I just think that like if they play at the Wolfstein Center or there or where the Charge play, they would sell it out too quickly.
Yeah, I mean the benefit on their side is that obviously they play when it's like nice out in Ohio. So there are a lot of other venues that for when shows and stuff come to town. There are other options. Where like in the wintertime, it's like people can really only have shows at the queue because there's nothing else.
Yeah. Like you and I laugh all the time at the I think it's already happened, but during the beginning of the year, we just kept seeing commercials for Disturbed at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I'm like, do you know who your audience is for this game? Like, I understand it's the same arena, but like, do you think anyone watching this NBA game is like, Disturbed, let's go down with the sickness? Yeah. No, not happening.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would say knowing a lot of the areas that I know in Cleveland, probably.
Yeah, but really excited for that, man. It's gonna be cool. We actually have a couple of years. I'm sure we're gonna get some more information as time goes on. I can't wait to see the logo unveiling. I think that's gonna be really cool. Like you said, I hope they keep the same logo. Expansion draft is gonna be fun. They just had one this past off season with the Golden State Valkyries coming into the league, so that was fun to kind of see who all is going there. The NBA, I think it's only a matter of time. I mean, the Ringer this whole week did stuff on expansion, so Vegas is for sure going to happen. I think Seattle's going to come back. And then I would not be shocked if that happens if New Orleans moves to the Eastern Conference. And Memphis.
I think New Orleans should. Yeah, I think those two should be in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
But if Seattle gets a team, do they get a new team? Or would it be like when the Browns...
They would have to. If they were anything other than the Sonics, there's no way it would be accepted.
But so like when the Browns left town, the agreement was you leave, you become something else, but the records stay as the Cleveland Browns. So when they reinstated all the records, whatever it was, would Seattle be? I think so, because they moved and rebranded in the move.
I would think so, because when Charlotte became the Hornets again, New Orleans gave them back all the Hornets records. And anything New Orleans stayed with the Pelicans. So like Chris Paul's list is like the all-time New Orleans like assist leader and stuff like that. But Kemba Walker is technically listed as like the greatest Charlotte Hornet of all time. So I think that's how that's how it would have to go, because there's just no way that like you can just like erase the Gary Payton and Sean Kemp eras. I imagine the first year those guys will get their jerseys hung in the rafters, and they should.
You'd have to.
Yeah, I don't think Sean Kemp's Cavs jersey is going in the rafters anytime soon.
No, I don't think
it's a
Shaq's
cool
is
jersey.
either.
Though it's a cool jersey.
It is a cool jersey. Man, I just love I want more teams. I want more competition. Same thing with the WNBA. Like, I just want more. Like,
it's coming, dude. Portland's got a team coming. They're getting their team back. The Rockets are coming back. If we get the Charlotte Sting again, boy, we're cooking with heat. The Houston Comets, who won the first two WNBA championships, are not in existence anymore. Gotta get them back. I just want to see. I would love to see a point where every NBA team has a WNBA representative. That would just be really, really awesome.
I think it'd be hard for a lot of the cities that share teams. So like New York, LA, and shit like that. But yeah, I think it would be great.
Pretty well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, New York does have 2, don't they?
Brooklyn doesn't have a team. Well, the Liberty play at Barclays where the Nets play.
Right.
And they just won the championship. No big deal. But yeah, that was a great.
But they're the only WNBA team in New York.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll see that. You're right. Now to think about, like, I don't think the Clippers are going to get a team. You're probably right. But yeah, the Sparks just got Kelsey Plum. I mean, I could go on and on about women's basketball. You probably don't want that though.
We're straying far from Cavs basketball, which was this podcast.
We won by like 1,000 against the Knicks tonight. We can have a good time.
A couple beers deep.
Yeah, got a little bourbon and Coke action in the cup here. All right, let's get to Sunday, dude. I'm stoked for this game. So we're hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. These teams are almost. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put this. I feel like these teams are kind of mirror images of each other in a sense of like Memphis is like the Western Conference Cavaliers. And so when I say that, obviously it's like John Morant is like the super explosive point guard, Darius Garland. Desmond Bane is this like poor man's version of Donovan Mitchell. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley are pretty similar players. And then they also have a really good bench. Cleveland has a really good bench.
Great bench.
Taylor Jenkins is a really good coach. Kenny Atkinson's a really good coach. This has the potential to be the most fun game of the season. One, Ja's got to play. You never know when he's going to play anymore. 2, Cleveland's got to keep this momentum going that they're on. They're keeping the win streak going. I think they will. And just keep playing but both teams are so physical and dynamic. Both teams just can beat you so many different ways. Obviously, Memphis has 2 really solid rookies, guy like Zach Edey, who's been much better than I thought he would be in the NBA. To be honest with you, Skylar. And then they have this is a second round pick. I should have this on top of my head. Give me 10 seconds. Jalen Wells, yeah. From Jalen Wells from crap, I can't even think of where he went to college, and I know someone's going to yell at me for that. But my point being,
Sydney's going to yell at you. Sydney's the only one that's going to yell at you.
My point being, they're deep, just like so. These 2 teams are very similar to each other. So if it goes as it should, this is going to be a very, very fun game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a super fun game. I don't know if anything could top that first OKC game though.
Mm-mm.
That was the game of the year.
That game was great.
I love John Morant. I love his game. I love everything about him on the court. I mean, other than is he playing, is he not? But nothing I can do about it. I mean, I'm some white guy sitting here in Ohio, but I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking at the match predictor. They have it 40% to 60% Cavs. So they're giving Cavs the edge here, and they're basing that. They're saying that Jared Allen would be out for that game, and I don't know if he will. Hopefully, he's not. I just think after tonight's win, I think the Cavs are too deep. They're too athletic. They're too. I mean,
for sure,
everybody on the team could beat you.
Yeah, I agree. And Memphis does have. I mean, not to say that I don't think Cleveland's going to win by any means. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But what Memphis does really well, kind of like Cleveland as well, is they find these kind of diamond in the rough guys and turn them into players. Scottie Pippen Jr., Jay Huff, guys like that. And so Cleveland's got their work cut out for them this game. I do think they'll win. I do think, but 60-40, I'm more like 56-44, maybe 53-47. I think it's going to be a fight. I do think it's going to be really competitive.
You mean more competitive than tonight?
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely going to be more competitive than tonight, and which is good. I mean, we love these blowouts. We love, they make you feel good. They make your heart warm. But the good, close, competitive games are super fun to watch from start to finish. You don't have to come on to this podcast early because the game is such a blowout. So I do want a good competitive game. Like that's what the league's about. But I do think the advantage is Cavs. Just after watching tonight, like I know I said it 100 times, and everybody's gonna be like, "Stop saying it." But like tonight, was just a scary, easy win.
Yeah,
because you have the full roster, you have nobody out, you have, DeAndre Hunter is just getting more and more comfortable with this offense. Like it's hard to beat.
The Cavs are on their Kendrick Lamar run right now. Like,
hey, dude,
I'm
all in on Kendrick.
Yeah, no one can hold a candle to what the Cavs are doing right now.
Yeah,
maybe Boston and OKC, but that's not my point. All right, dude. Well, hey, before we get out of here, is there anything else you want to touch on before we roll and get ready for Memphis on Sunday?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm excited for Sunday. I think it's gonna be a really, really fun game. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this show because I'm supposed to do late night res the same night, but I'll find a way to make it work. So we're going to go and wrap up tonight's edition of the Block the Shot to Stop. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you are checking us out on your podcast app of choice, please just take a second to give us a nice solid 5-star review. If you're hanging out on YouTube, leave a comment. Tell us what you like about us, or if you don't like about us. If you're a upset Knicks fan tonight, we're sorry. It was just our night. But on behalf of Skylar Webker, on behalf of Kevin Lynch, this is Tim Daniel. Everyone have a great night. Follow the pod. And as always,
go Cavs.